Hello everyone, welcome once again to the Mark and Megan Show. Make Macomb your home. I mean, this is a great location that we're at today. I'm pretty excited about being out here on Lake St. Clair. This is exciting.
I'm very excited. I've never been here before. It's beautiful.
You don't get a better day than this. Actually, Megan was debating whether she wanted to wear the sunglasses or not just before we started this intro here.
Yes.
So, and I'm glad you took them off. That way people can kind of see your eyes, see your face. Kind of his serious nature.
It was a last-minute decision, but it was a good one.
I have a feeling she's going to be putting them on, taking them off, because it is pretty sunny out here. We couldn't have picked a better day. But again, this is Lake St. Clair Metro Beach. And again, it used to be Metro Beach, Metro Park. Boy, as a little boy, I used to come out here all the time and played out here. In fact, this is one of the very first Metro Beach, I guess, land purchases out of all the Metro Park systems that was purchased when they started developing the actual park system here in this region, if you will.
Yeah, it's very exciting. They did a great job. There's so many things to do here. You could bring families, friends, kids.
We're going to have a good time. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to one of the directors that runs this park here, Tom Knuth, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the features and assets that we have, not only here in Lake St. Clair Metro Park, but also at Stony Creek as well as Walcott. And I understand maybe later on you're going to catch my counterpart here running through with the kids in the water. Is that true, Megan? You gonna run with the kids in the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks really, really cool out there. I might do it.
It does. The kids are having a great time. So let's meet our first guest.
Metro Park with Tom Knuth. Thanks for joining us. So tell me some of the assets about this park.
Well, here at Lake St. Clair Metro Park, it's not just, it's not the old park that people used to think of. We have basically a mile of shoreline here on Lake St. Clair, a swimming beach, swimming pool, water spray park, adventure golf. It's a lot of things for families and children to do here for the entire summer.
But you know what? I actually liked it when it was the old style park. Again, what they've done with it, the transformation has been absolutely incredible. But I was a little boy, and again, you two probably wouldn't remember, but they used to have the old stone pillars up there that had the wording, Tot Lot. And as a little boy coming here, I mean, younger than these kids here, we used to come here all the time, swim on the sandy beach and the lake itself. But boy, what an asset to Macomb County this beach is. And I guess, you know, kudos to our grandfathers, if you will, because they're the ones that helped really come up with this idea of the Metro Park system and the authority itself, where our tax dollars actually pay for the park systems that are in a 5-county region, if you will.
Yeah, we do have a tradition of fabulous planning, if you will. I was here in the Tot Lot with the letters that were 6 feet tall. I rode the tricycles when I was a kid. This was a family.
He's aging himself.
Yeah, it was a family tradition to be here, and the tradition continues here on Lake St. Clair with the new amenities that we have. In the last 10, 12 years, we added the water spray park, which is a very, very popular amenity. As you can see here, that kids and families, this is one of our top attractions. But we also have an adventure golf course. We call it the Shipwreck Lagoon. There's a raging river and actually a shipwreck on site with a lighthouse.
Is that like a putt-putt golf course?
It's a putt-putt golf course, but with actually the raging river that flows through the course itself with a lagoon. It's an exciting way to spend a summer day. And we also have a par 3 golf course, so if you're out here, we have free summer concerts every Sunday through the summer. Come out early. We even rent the clubs. You can play 18 holes, walk the course in about an hour and a half. Even if you're a novice golfer or entry-level golfer, you can have fun. You don't even need to bring your equipment. You can rent it right here on site.
But par 3, I don't know, that might be a challenge for you. Putt-putt?
Maybe.
I think you're the master
I could do
at
that.
You're good. You can putt very well.
I got that
We can
down
arrange
now.
a tournament.
Oh, we should do that, yeah.
I don't know if I want to take her on. She's pretty good about that. But you mentioned the actual boardwalks themselves. This is a historical boardwalk as well. I mean, I remember that being the actual wood that you see on it is back when I was a kid. They've done some upgrades to it because some of the wood, you know, needed some more work on it, but absolutely incredible boardwalk that they got here. You know, it's kind of a nostalgic, if you will.
It is. It's romantic. In our hearts, we all know the name Metro Beach will stay in our hearts forever. But we do change with the times. We're here. We're the premier park on Lake St. Clair itself. We still have the romantic boardwalks. I mean, people love to travel on the boardwalks, get up above and look at the beautiful lake and the wonderful boat activity here on Lake St. Clair. We've got binocular machines out there. You can see clear out to the shipping channel from our location here on Lake St. Clair.
Beautiful vantage point for Lake St. Clair, and in fact, it is one of the anchors, if you will, and one of the beacons of Lake St. Clair. When people are out here boating, this is one of the landmarks that's most identifiable with boaters out on Lake St. Clair. Metro Beach Metro Park, or Lake St. Clair Metro Park.
Yeah.
And it's funny, that Metro Beach Metro Park, this was one of the first land purchases of the Metro Park systems, and back then it was Lake St. Clair Metro Beach. Back then. So we kind of went back to our roots in a way.
Yeah.
Still difficult for us to make that
back
transformation.
then we were the gem of Macomb County, and we still are.
I agree.
Good.
Yeah, it's a place to be.
And a park pass is only $25 a year for all the Metro Parks.
That's
what a bargain.
awesome.
Yep,
Yeah.
get you into all 13 Metro Parks, and of course the Macomb County parks are Lake St. Clair Metro Park, Stony Creek, and Wolcott Mill.
And so what if you like to work out? I'm an avid runner. What do you have for that?
Well, actually that's not an uncommon question. We do have miles and miles of fitness trails here at Lake St. Clair Metro Park. What makes us so unique is that there's a paved exercise path. We call it a multi-use path. It travels along the shore of Lake St. Clair out to Huron Point and back. Where else in Macomb County can you actually exercise on a fitness trail that's over a mile long on the shore of Lake St. Clair, but right here at Lake St. Clair Metro Park?
That's amazing. And you can even bring your dog, maybe if you adopt a dog from the Macomb County Animal Shelter, you can bring your dog out here.
I mean, we're dog lovers here too. The dog rules are something that's changed recently. We do allow dogs, if they are on a 6-foot leash and they're under control, the pets are welcome here. We provide pet relief bags for the owners to take good, responsible care of their animals, and we want the park to be a friendly place for people to come out. I will be honest with you, since the dog rules have changed and we've become pet friendly, dog friendly, it has brought out an entire new segment of our community out to Lake St. Clair Metro Park. It's impossible to look across the plaza even without seeing 3 and 4 dogs.
Pets are part of a family, you know.
That's right.
And this is a family-friendly environment to begin with. So the marina, I mean, absolutely incredible. The upgrades over the years that they've done with the seawall and the marina. People can bring their boats here, and they have day passes for
it's a good question.
docking your boat.
The marina system is something that we've recently improved and updated. The South Marina itself, we partnered with the Michigan Waterways and the DNR to acquire grants, and we've rebuilt the South Marina, which was one of our original marina facilities here at the park. That's totally rebuilt. We've upgraded from 30 amp service to 50 amp service. Of course, we have electric and a brand new shower bathhouse for the boaters to use in the South Marina. You can actually now place a reservation, just like a hotel, and come out here and stay with us. You can stay for up to 5 days at a time. We're now enjoying many boat clubs that come out here. Some clubs are coming from upper areas in Lake Huron. Last week we had a group here south on Lake Erie that came out with all of their vessels for an outing, and that's something that we've really reached out to the boat clubs on Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie, and Lake Huron to invite them to come out and enjoy the beautiful transient marina that we have.
It's absolutely gorgeous out here. In fact, that pathway that goes out, actually, it takes it all the way out to the point out here on the lake itself. They got a beautiful gazebo out there, and I've noticed that sometimes people will bring wedding parties out here to take photographs, and I think even have weddings. I mean, do they allow that?
Yep. We do have a gazebo on here on point. It's a beautiful place to have a wedding. It has fresh landscaping, and it's reservable for wedding parties. We have the banquet center here, and many times people will have their entire wedding event here. They'll have the ceremony out on Huron Point, take their pictures on the shore of Lake St. Clair, and then head back to the banquet center up in the plaza and celebrate with their entire family in our banquet hall.
Yeah,
Sounds
absolutely
amazing.
incredible. And they even got-
Sometimes we actually have 4 or 5 weddings a day here. Sometimes wedding parties just show up in the limousines, they walk to the sandy edge of the beach, have a quick ceremony, take some pictures, and they head out.
And that's okay. Nobody's they're
Awesome.
it's
No
actually
trouble
allowed.
at all.
Outstanding.
I think it's
That's
a wonderful
great.
tradition.
And I know that there's plenty of, you mentioned the catering and the food that's available here. You know, people can barbecue. They can really, you know, in fact, that's what a lot of people do when they come out here is barbecue and bring their own coolers and have that. But you also have, I see, plenty of concession stands here that sell food for people. If they don't bring it, there's something here for them to eat as well.
That's right. Kosh Catering is our new food service provider. They're a professional catering company that works in a number of our metro parks. Very, very good cuisine. They provide a catering menu for events, and then they have walk-up concessions where it's the hot dog, hamburgers, nacho, ice cream. They provide daily service out of the food bar, and they also provide service at many of our special events and at concerts here in the Activity Center.
Ice cream, I'm in. We're going to be having
Yes.
that. That's how we're going to close the show.
Definitely.
With an ice cream
Yeah,
cone
we
or
have
something.
to.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's how we're going
Ice
to
cream from
bring it to an
Koch.
end here.
Yeah.
Well, but we want to thank Tom. This is absolutely incredible, giving us an
Thank you very
opportunity to kind of
much.
showcase, as you had mentioned. I think this is without question a gem for Macomb County. The Metro Beach Metro Park system, and again, we do have Lake St. Clair Metro Park is where we're at right now. There's Stony Creek Metro Park, and as well Walcott Mills. So again, if you've never had the opportunity to really visit one of the Metro Parks, you've got to take an opportunity to do that and bring your family. Just a great environment, and as you can hear the kids laughing and playing in the background, that's what it really is all about. Family and fun. Bring your kids and enjoy yourself. Tom, thanks for showing us around and talking to us a little bit about what's going on.
You're
welcome. Thank you. Now we're going to get into our next segment and kind of see what goes on the lake over here at Metro Beach or Lake St. Clair Metro Park with a gentleman who really knows how to enjoy the waterways.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
You think you know Macomb County? You say we're blue collar and tough? Yeah, that's us. You say we use our hands to build America's cars, trucks, and tanks. Yeah, that's us too. But we're more than that. We're more than our jobs. We're more than what we build. And we're more than what you say we are. Yeah, many of our colors are blue. But so are the ribbons our schools are awarded. The same schools that churn out some of America's finest doctors, lawyers, physicists, and engineers that not only work here, but play here. Their yachts dot our lakes, their golf balls, our fairways. In an ever-changing world, there must always be a constant, a place to call home. I live in Macomb County. It is my home, and it is constant. Constantly changing, constantly evolving, and constantly elevating the world and the people that live in it. So if you think Macomb County is just a place where we build things, you're right. But what we're building is momentum.
All right, we're back here at Lake St. Clair with our next guest. We have Brian from Great Lakes Surf Shop and also Great Lakes Kiteboarding. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming out here today.
Of course.
So, tell me about your store. Where are you guys at?
We're on the corner of 9 and Mac. We actually we do lessons with kiteboarding. We sell kiteboarding gear. We do stand-up paddleboarding, stand-up paddleboard lessons, and longboard skateboards, and land paddling, which is skating with a kahuna stick. It's a land paddle that we actually do also.
That's amazing. Mark, have you ever done any of this stuff that he's talking about?
Meeting Brian, I've done it all. So I mean, it's actually interesting. He's gotten me really into this. I'm hooked. This guy knows a lot about the boating kind of activities from a different way. It's not about actually being on power boats, but whether it's stand-up paddle boards, whether it's kiteboarding. Boy, he's got just a tremendous knowledge and a base of knowledge, but also all the stuff that he does. He tries to get other people to buy into and to participate, and it's become a new craze, the stand-up paddleboarding.
It really has. It's the fastest growing water sport in the world right now, if you can believe that. And there's many aspects of it. There's the racing part. People are fishing off of them quite a bit now. We do yoga. We do a paddle fit, which I want to get you into. It's a fitness exercise on the paddleboarding. And it's just a great way to get out there, enjoy the water. It's probably one of the best full body workouts you can get without knowing you're getting a workout. Recreational paddling for an hour, you're burning 1,100 calories. It's amazing.
Megan, you've never done it before. Have you ever done stand-up paddleboard?
I have not. I've seen it before, and it looks amazing, but I've never done it before.
I
no.
tell you, it's quite interesting how many people are very apprehensive at first, but once you guys get them on it, make them feel a little bit comfortable, how simple it really is.
It really is. It's the easiest sport that you can do at any age. My son's been doing it since he's been 4.
Your dog does it.
Our dog Nalu gets on the board and she gets out and
That's
it's one of her favorite things to do, of course.
Listen, quick story. I seen the guy. It was actually incredible. He's sitting there paddleboarding, and the dog decided for some reason he wanted to jump in the water. He jumped in the water. He got a little bit nervous, and I mean, without even hesitation, I mean, he's down on that board, you know, kind of like sitting on a board like a horse real quick. He straddles right on the board, reaches in, grabs the dog, put him back up, and he's standing back up on this thing and just continuing on as if nothing ever happened. I don't even think the dog got wet when it fell in the water. He did that so quick. That was pretty incredible.
Thank you. Yeah,
you're getting good at it. But again, I see people all over. It's not just for Lake St. Clair. They're on inland lakes. They're
absolutely, and it's one of the easiest things you can do. And right now, the surfing aspect is getting big. We surf in the Great Lakes. Now we surf on the stand-up paddleboards, and it's easier to catch waves. So
in different price ranges. I mean, I bought one from you. It was a beautiful board. I've got it. I absolutely love it in the summertime. I really enjoy it. But again, price ranges.
A good board will start off. I mean, they'll start off about $849, and they'll go up. Race board, carbon race boards can go up to $3,000. So you know, there's different surf styles though are average around $849 to about $1,500. So.
But you also have lessons out here?
We do. We do stand-up paddleboard 101 lessons. We do a paddle fit, which is a fitness exercise on the paddleboards, which is a lot of fun. It's a circuit training, and we're actually collaborating with Cyphus Training in St. Clair Shores with doing the paddle fit. So. Really cool.
You're a kid that kind of grew up around the water, if I'm not mistaken. Lexington
did,
area?
Lexington, yeah. I spent my summers there. My parents now live there, but I grew up on the water. So I grew up sailing. Windsurfing is what kind of hooked me onto all this, and you know, it just got me into all the sports that I do, which is
your job is your passion.
It really is. I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to do that.
So it's not really called a job for him. He just has fun all day long.
Yeah, I don't mind waking up in the morning and going to work. That's for sure.
How about the winter months? How do you deal with the winter months? I mean, that's got to be a little bit slower for you.
We do snow kiting, so we kite on the snow with a snowboard. We also do vacations and trips, so we take people to Puerto Rico, we go to Florida. So we try different places to take people on excursions and teach them how to kiteboard. This year we're hoping to get people out to a couple places where we're going to do stand-up paddleboarding, and we're working on that in the Caribbean. So.
Okay. And your company, your business itself, as was mentioned, is in St. Clair Shores off 9 Mile.
St. Clair Shores and corner of 9 and Mac.
And how long have you been there?
That location for 2 years. I've been in business since '99 in a kiteboarding shop, which was down the street about a mile down, and I was in that shop for about 12 years, and then we started getting into paddleboarding, and paddleboards are big, so we needed a little bit bigger shop.
So you're finding it's picking up, business picking up for you?
It really has. Introducing the paddleboards now is about 70% of our business, and expanding with all the lessons and everything else is really growing quite a bit. So.
He's part of the, he helps us out with an event that we do for the county. It's the Sprint and Splash that we have, kind of a duathlon where you actually run a 5K race and then you canoe. You actually canoe, and that's the race itself, kind of premier race. But there's also the stand-up paddleboard competition as well.
Yeah, we have a sanctioned race, which is the WPH, the World Paddleboard Association, and it's a sanctioned point-awarded race. So the top athletes are going to come out and try to get their points, and there's in the WPA there's a Midwest series, and there's a series of 10 to 15, or I think there's 11 races in the Midwest area, Michigan, Wisconsin, and basically the races are becoming very big and very popular. So.
It was quite a challenge the first time I did it out here on this lake.
Yeah,
because it was a little bit windy, a little bit choppy, and had a lot of fun with it. But you know what? I'm wondering if we shouldn't be, it grows. You see kind of like 5K races. I mean, it's like every weekend you see 2 or 3 around the area.
Yes.
I'm wondering if we're going to be able to pick up, and that might be something of interest to you, maybe even like Stony Creek Lake, if they would have some kind of a competition or race out there.
There's actually a triathlon going on. I can't remember the date. It's in August, and they're doing it at Belle Isle. And instead of the swim, it's either going to be stand-up paddleboarding or a kayak. So now you're seeing it growing, and we want to start a duathlon where it's a run and a stand-up paddleboard, which I think you would love too. So
there you go.
Yeah.
We're going to get you on one of these.
That'd be fun.
Yes,
I'd love to.
One of these days, you're going to have to try this.
It'd be a great workout.
It is.
I'm
It's
looking
fantastic
forward
work.
to it.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying the summer because it's been a little bit slow this year. But again, I tend to see that every year, the excitement with water sports, water activity, especially the Great Lakes that surround this state. I mean, it's incredible freshwater opportunities we have, and we're trying to grow it as not only an economic opportunity, like, what benefits people like yourselves with businesses that you have, but kind of a quality of life, community development.
Absolutely.
This is about, getting out, exercising, and enjoying yourself.
It sure is. And we're very lucky to have as many lakes as we have around here. So.
But what about the competition? Are they starting to pick up? Are the people picking on you? We don't
You know
like to
what?
talk about it. It's like, you know.
We're pretty fortunate right now. There's really nobody. There's a couple marinas selling stand-up paddleboards, but we specialize in that. So I mean, we've been doing it. I've been doing paddleboarding for 7 years now. So I'm at home with it, and you know, we go to trade shows, and we have the knowledge to get you on the right board. So it's a little easier for us.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
So I actually
be
love
fun.
it. For me, it just took that first opportunity to get on it. Felt a little, you know, you got to get your sea legs ready, and then once you get on it, well, I'll tell you what, I can't get enough of it. I take it everywhere. I take it to Stony Creek. I take it out on the river.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been up in Lexington.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a place up in Lexington.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That's where we
just
surf, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you say surf, there's
Stand-up
actually
paddleboard
waves.
surf. There's waves. It's wind-driven waves. Typically in Lexington, it's a north wind, spring and fall, and we get some incredible waves up there. So I'm lucky. It's about an hour away from here, and we can get up and we can go up in the morning and surf before we open.
Weather reports. You call into your buddies that are
We
up
do,
there, and they
yeah.
say, "Hey, we got some good 10-footers coming in."
Yeah. We know how to
ride
look
'em?
for it. You become a meteorologist when you get into kiteboarding, so
I-
you kind of know the weather. So.
Anyway.
Okay, John, you let it go. Thanks, John. Couldn't do it without you, man. So there's our kite. Definitely a little on the lighter side.
You always have to constantly move with this, I imagine.
You know what? No. As long as there's wind, it'll actually stay just like that. I can sit here all day with it.
Really?
Yep. So, a decent amount of wind, not a huge amount, but just enough to fly the kite. So this is the borderline. This is enough to have the kite fly.
Now, are there times when you know the wind's just too bad and you don't want to?
Well,
or
I
is
mean,
there a
there's
time when you wanna get
there's a
out?
limit. Yeah, I mean, about you know, our limits for advanced riders is probably about 45 miles an hour.
Right.
Anything beyond that is just a little bit too much. So, but yeah, 40 when it's that windy, it can get pretty crazy and extreme. So in the jumps, I mean, we can jump up to 40, 50 feet high. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so it's
So
pretty.
you better know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing, exactly. So, but it's pretty amazing how much power these kites actually have. So, figured I'd bring out a kite that stands out too. So.
What I tell you, man, when you get a feel, when you grab it to let go, whoop.
Oh yeah, it's got some power.
It's really go.
What's going on, man? You remember this?
Well, that's for dark.
Thanks to a recent government grant of $1.5 million, roughly 487 acres of remaining coastal marshlands on Lake St. Clair have been improved and protected. Prior to the work done with the money from the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, the marsh at Metro Beach Metro Park was beginning to dry up and become taken over by invasive species like Phragmites. But thanks to some creative engineering and the addition of a boardwalk to tour the area, the marsh should be a great balance for both man and nature.
What really the premise was, they got a huge parking lot here. The marshlands are what actually filter and cleanse the water when we have a significant event or rain. When it goes into the marshland, it's healthy for the marshland, but it also is where the water gets cleaned out before it actually hits the lake. Well, the big parking lot they have here is going through a tremendous undertaking too. They're spending millions of dollars to restore the parking lot here, but to make sure that the water runoff no longer goes to the Black Creek, the main creek that's along Metro Beach that runs out to where you have the actual opening to Lake St. Clair. It's not happening. It's now going to change this direction, go to this marshland, which is going to be healthy for the marshland. It's a restoration. And in doing so, whether it's the parking lot and or this marshland, they come to realize, you know what, let's also bring it about for a sense of place or sense of community or a beauty, if you will. So they added to it this huge boardwalk that they got that goes from the parking lot all the way out to the nature center. And absolutely beautiful what they're doing here, not just for the water quality, but for the attraction in and around this area.
That's a big part of this. It's about reinventing Southeast Michigan. This was the last half a mile of Lake St. Clair coastland that we had that was still native. And so to restore this made a lot of sense. And so we're looking to do more projects like this, as well as with the business community, including we're looking to possibly get a large-scale hotel on the water and maybe a recreational pier at some point. We're looking to the business community to come to us and say, how can we do this? And it's part of all part of the Macomb County Blue Economy Initiative, and this is just one piece in the puzzle.
Another great reason to make Macomb your home.
We are here with Jeff Randazzo from the animal shelter, and we have our pet of the week. This is Skylar. Oh my gosh, what a good dog. I love this dog already.
She's amazing.
Oh my goodness. Jeff, what do we know about this dog?
She's a 6-year-old Doberman Pinscher. She came to us as a stray. We've had her for a few weeks. We had her fixed. But she's an amazing dog. She responds well to training. And she's just phenomenal. She gets along well with other dogs. Obviously loves attention, as you can see.
I know, my
so
goodness.
She's looking for a loving home.
Oh, she's out here in the park.
MakeMacomb.com and look her up. She's on there. So definitely is in need of a loving home, and she's wonderful, obviously, with the children, as you can see from today, being at the Splash Park.
We love the idea of you having this available for people, this adoption thing online, so people can see them. And this is, again, one of the features we add to the Make Macomb Your Home, the Mark and Megan show, so that people recognize that there's animals out there looking for a lovely home, for a place to be. And most, in fact, every one of the animals so far that we've shown on our show have been adopted, and many, many more. So again, animals like Skylar here, this is an absolutely incredible dog looking for a beautiful home, but there are many of them at the shelter, as well as cats, and we're hopeful that people take time to go online and see what's available and pick one up and bring it home for your kids, if nothing else.
We want them to adopt and not shop, so you can obviously tell she's another example that we do have purebred, so please come to the shelter and make Macomb your home. Look her up and come out to the shelter and adopt her.
Thanks again for being on the show, and thanks for what you do over there. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you for having us.
Well, we had a great day here at the beach at Lake St. Clair Metro Park. My co-anchor here has been eating, so
I'm almost halfway done.
Yeah, I've got a couple bites.
That's why I wanted you to do the close so I can continue to eat.
He just wants to eat.
What do you mean we had a great day? I'm not done. I'm going to be hanging out, eating this stuff the rest of the day, hanging out in the water park. I'm going to continue to do my paddle boarding out there. That was a lot of fun. Brian's a pretty good paddler. He really understands that stuff pretty well. Tom was a great guest on the show to really talk a little bit about what's going on with Metro Park systems here. And
Very
even
family
the dog
oriented.
was so excited about being here. Did you see that?
Skylar.
They're much more pet friendly out here, and that's a great thing because this is about family. It's about having fun, and pets are part of your family. So it's been exciting. I just really don't want to go back to work.
I know.
This is way too much fun.
Yeah.
So let's finish our ice cream, and we'll just maybe get back on the paddle boards.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well,
See
thank
you
you.
out there.
Thank you once again for joining us on the Mark and Megan Make Macomb Your Home show. We'll see you next time. I love this stuff. Scrumptious. Is that a word? Scrumptious?
Yeah. Can you do this and paddleboard at the same time? Whoa, you have it all over your mouth.